So in this video, as always, we'll be doing lots of real world speed tests, everything from camera launch to apps, and then moving on to gaming and also seeing multitasking with RAM management. Now initially I have gone through and updated both devices to the latest software versions available, and I also have the octa-core version of the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 here, which is the one available in the UK. Now getting Geekbench scores out the way, the iPhone 7 Plus actually scores higher on both the single and multi-core performance. It's only ever so slightly higher for multi-core, but for single core it is significantly higher, and I believe this is the highest single core score that I've seen on any device. Now for the fingerprint scanner, I have done a separate video testing out the fingerprint scanner speed between these two, and they were very close. I'll link that video in the cards so you can go ahead and check that out if you're interested. Now for the camera launch, there's a shortcut on the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 which is double pressing the home button, and this is faster compared to the iPhone 7, for which the quickest method I found was to unlock the device and launch the camera, which is pretty fast but not as fast as the Note 7 quick launch. Now getting through to the app test, you can see that we've got nothing open here, and these are the apps we'll be using in this test, starting off from the least intensive apps and then moving on to the more intensive apps such as gaming. So kicking off with the calculator, did finish loading first on the Note 7. What we'll do is we'll do a simple equation and I'll leave this on just to see if it stays open in the background. Going back home, and let's open the browser. So we're using the native browsers on here, and we're going to be going on to the BBC News website. Now that was very close, but we did have this cookies message come up on the Note 7, so we won't take this test into consideration. Let's move on to an article, and this time it was ever so slightly quicker on the 7 Plus. Now we'll leave this open and go back home, and let's move fully at roughly the same time. Now let's move on to Instagram. So we're going to open both at the same time. However, the content loaded is slightly different, so we can't really take this test into consideration. We'll go on to trending and open the same video, and started playing first on the 7 Plus. Now we'll leave this video playing and move on to the next test, which is gaming, and we'll start off with one of the least intensive games here in the collection, and that's Angry Birds 2. We'll speed this up to see which one finishes first, and it is first on the 7 Plus. Now we'll leave both of these open, and let's now go on to the next game, which is Temple Run 2. So opening both up at the same time. We'll speed this up once again, and faster on the iPhone 7 Plus. Now we're just gonna go in and play the game on both and leave it running in the background while we test out the next game. So moving on to Subway Surfers, speeding this up, faster once again on the 7 Plus. Now we'll start this as well and leave it running in the background, and now we'll move on to Dead Trigger 2. Finished first on the 7 Plus, although we had this message pop up, but either way it did finish first on the 7 Plus. Now playing the game at the same time, let's see which one finishes loading first. Once again the 7 Plus, so for gaming the 7 Plus does seem faster. Yes, I know a lot of you are going to be saying that it's because it has a lower resolution, and that might be a factor towards it, but this is purely testing speed. Now let's just test out RAM management. So we're going to go and see if all of the apps that we had open previously are still in the same place where we left them. So first up, going into the calculator, yep, same place. Moving on to the browser, moving on to YouTube, in the same place. Let's play the video. Starts playing on the 7 Plus, a little bit faster there. Angry Birds 2, same place. Temple Run 2, also the same place. Subway Surfers, same again. And finally Dead Trigger 2 in the same place. So both seem to be doing pretty well in terms of keeping those apps open. So